Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking the video out today. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. So before we get into these topics, do me a favor, if you do end up enjoying this video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like. And if you are new here to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Now the first topic we're talking about is a interesting leak regarding a PlayStation 5 Pro controller. This is coming from Tom Henderson over at Try Hard Guides. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Tom Henderson at this point, a very reliable leaker and industry insider. And so it says here Sony is working on a genuine professional controller for the PlayStation 5 and the company will reveal new hardware in the coming weeks, sources have claimed. It's believed the code name of the official controller is Hunt, which will have several interesting features including removable analog sticks, trigger stops, and rear buttons. The claims of such hardware come alongside pictures of the alleged prototype, which has been sent under the condition that the pictures are not published and the source remains anonymous. Pictures of the controller keep the classic PlayStation 5 style, but show a few key differences. One of the biggest changes is buttons under the analog sticks, which allow you to completely remove the analog sticks and their components, which Sony refers to as removable stick units. This presumably means you'll be able to just buy a stick unit rather than a new controller if it develops stick drift, where, your analog drifts in one direction without moving. Another feature includes the trigger stops at the back of the controller, in addition to flappy paddles/buttons that have become increasingly popular over the years, with players turning to companies such as Scuf Gaming or Nacon for such controllers. The prototype also features grips to help hold the controller, which also seem to be removable. According to the same source, it's also been said the PS5 controller, which was referred to as the PlayStation 5 Pro controller in casual conversation, will have significant software upgrades. It's unclear when exactly the new controller will be revealed, with the source simply saying it should be soon. However, it is understood by several sources that Sony is set to unveil several new bits of hardware at the end of this month. Not a new console, but it's unclear whether or not the lineup will reveal this new controller. The article concludes by saying, "I'm hoping to hear that full lineup in the near future and will update if I hear more." In conjunction with the hardware news, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier revealed last week that the long-anticipated update for God of War Ragnarok should come by the end of this month, but it's unclear if this update will be at the same event. So yeah, it seems like Sony's getting ready to start talking about some stuff. It could come in the form of a state of play, as we always speculate. It could be a full event, which would be unexpected, but certainly welcome. Or it could just be separate blog post announcements. But nonetheless, it does sound like Sony is getting ready to reveal a PlayStation 5 Pro controller, which I think is awesome. We've talked about a PlayStation 5 Pro console, but I don't think many people have really thought about the idea of a Pro controller. And I think the reason for this is because we know that Xbox has the Elite controller, and this is a controller that has been out for a while now, and a lot of people were wondering if Sony was going to do something similar with the PS4 or with the PS5, and they didn't really do anything. So I think people just kind of figured, well, I guess Sony's not doing their own version of the Elite controller. But now it seems like they are finally deciding to release a product like this, and I think it's awesome because I do think, actually I don't think, I know that a lot of PlayStation fans have been hoping for something like this. There are quite a few PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 owners who do go to these third parties like Scuf to buy these premium controllers, but they would love to see Sony bring out one of their own. It just makes a lot of sense for them to do that. Now, something else I do want to highlight here with this report from Tom Henderson is he mentions multiple pieces of hardware that are going to be revealed, assuming that the PlayStation 5 Pro controller is one of them. This kind of leads me to think, what could the other hardware be? He makes it clear that it's not a console, so maybe it could be like a new headset to go along with the controller, something along those lines, or something smaller. But nonetheless, it does seem like Sony is getting ready, as I said, to reveal this soon. And so Tom Henderson is speculating that it's going to be at the end of the month. We're hearing that Sony's getting ready to talk about God of War at the end of the month. So you do kind of have to wonder how Sony's planning on, revealing this information and whether or not it's going to be together or separate. I would assume it's going to be separate. But yeah, at this point, guys, I want to know what you think of this. Does the PS5 Pro controller sound like something you would want to pick up? Is that something you would want to use? I mean, I'll tell you right now, this is absolutely something I'm going to buy. I love the DualSense. I've always liked the Xbox controller, and I have used the Elite controller in the past, and I thought it was amazing. Once I picked up the DualSense, though, it immediately became my new favorite controller, so the idea of Sony making the DualSense even better than it already is, I mean, sign me up. That's going to be a day one purchase for me. So let me know your thoughts down below. Next up, we're talking about an interesting update to Share Factory. They're calling it the Bits editor, and I don't know how many people are going to be interested in this, but still, it's just one of these like random updates that Sony put out here. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, it says Sony has revealed a free PS5 update that will add a new Bits editor to Share Factory Studio. Described in detail by Stuart Platt, senior producer of Sony Interactive Entertainment, this feature will make it easy for users to turn gameplay videos and screenshots into shareable content. Announced through the official PlayStation blog post, Bits is a new easy editing mode for Share Factory Studio that will be useful to editors of all experience levels. The Bits editing experience gives users the ability to create content as short as 3-second rebounds or as long as 1-minute custom bits. The point is to make editing short and sweet so that users can create and share short-form gameplay videos for sharing cool achievements, jokes, stunts, or any other type of eye-catching content. The program comes preloaded with curated bit styles that can quickly transform your captured media, particularly those made by the Game Captures feature in the PS app, into your own version of a familiar or trending meme. These bit styles will be rotated regularly to take advantage of current trends, holidays, seasons, and special events. The blog shares that some of its favorite bits include Taco Tuesday, sitcom ending, Get Well Soon, and of course, Oh No Laugh. That said, if none of these suit your fancy, you can also create your own bit through the quick edit option. For post-production, users will be able to add animated stickers, freeform doodles using the DualSense wireless controller, and voiceovers with various filters to alter your voice. And so, yeah, this is a pretty cool update that they're bringing to Share Factory. It is actually nice to see that Sony is still supporting this, and I actually think this is a really good idea. I think this is going to make Share Factory much more appealing to, I'd say, just PlayStation owners in general. I don't know that everybody's going to use it, but you know, if you're looking to just kind of share some funny clips and just do some cool stuff very quickly, very easily, I think that this is going to make it very easy to achieve that. So yeah, let me know what you think about this Bits update and whether or not it's something that you would want to use. I'm going to have to look into it for sure. Next up, we have a rumor that will be confirmed or potentially shot down in the next couple of hours. Apparently, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Remake is expected to be announced today. Again, from PlayStation Lifestyle, it says the Final Fantasy VII 25th Anniversary Celebration show is supposed to bring all the latest information relating to the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. According to the latest leak from Twitter user The Snitch, who has so far proven to be incredibly reliable, this may include a Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Remake for PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The issue is that his leaks are often presented in a cryptic manner, and fans aren't 100% sure that this is what he is implying. And so it continues by saying other popular theories include a look at Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, as the image in his tweet is taken from Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. However, the Snitch has since liked a tweet that said the reveal was more likely to be a Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Remake. So yeah, I mean, we're hearing from the Snitch again, who has a very, very good track record at this point. I don't think they've gotten a single thing wrong, and this seems to be what we're looking at. Now, I don't know much about this title, so you guys can let me know down below, like, how excited you are for something like this, but it does kind of also make me wonder if we are going to get that tease or the announcement of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. I'm leaning towards probably not, because I feel like that's something Sony would want to have at like one of their bigger events, but we'll see. Maybe they will give us some type of update. The next topic in line talks once again about The Last of Us Part 1 and how some people are beginning to speculate that maybe it's going to launch day and date into PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium. However, that seems incredibly unlikely. Again, reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, it says the new PlayStation Plus tiers launched in the Americas, and this means a new design for that section of the PlayStation Store and the PlayStation app. In fact, a new banner that appeared in the app to advertise the new PS Plus service may have given one of the upcoming games away. The banner used the artwork for The Last of Us Part 1, but players believe this will be a timed trial rather than a day one release of the full game. The banner captured shows the artwork for The Last of Us Part 1 superimposed on the new PS Plus logo, and it would seem like a very strange decision by Sony to use the game for promotion if The Last of Us Part 1 had nothing to do with the service. At the very least, there are hundreds of other PS Plus titles they could have picked for the banner instead. However, the chances of The Last of Us Part 1 coming to PS Plus Extra and Premium on day one are practically zero. There is a much higher likelihood the game will receive a timed trial as part of the PlayStation Plus Premium membership. Recent PlayStation Studios titles Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection and Horizon Forbidden West have both received trials through PlayStation Plus. Different members of the PlayStation team have repeatedly said that they will not be bringing first-party games to PS Plus on day one. The latest of these was Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan, who claimed the loss of revenue from doing this would hurt its ability to invest in PlayStation Studios and affect the quality of its games. However, this doesn't mean that no games will ever launch on day one into the service, as Stray will be arriving on PS Plus when it launches on July 19th. And so, because of that, some people are holding out a little bit of hope. But I mean, come on, guys. I think we can all agree that The Last of Us Part 1 is not going to be launching day and date into the service. If it did, that would be pretty shocking, and it would go completely against what everybody at Sony, including Jim Ryan, has said in a very short period of time. I mean, we have to understand that Jim Ryan, he makes it clear anytime he talks about this type of stuff that things could change in the future, but he was speaking about the short term. And so, considering they're charging, full price for this game and it's going to have a lot of marketing surrounding it, there's no way, in my opinion, it's going to launch day and date. So I would not anticipate that. I do think them putting this into the service is just trying to maybe get people hyped about the game as well as the new service, but also to kind of point out that there will be a trial. So yeah, we're going to move on to the final topic, which briefly talks about the Callisto Protocol and how the game is being confirmed to be mostly linear, but apparently also has a lot of hidden stuff. Reading from Gaming Vault, it says survival horror fans are going to be plenty busy in the months ahead, with a number of major titles coming out that are looking enticing in all the right ways, from Resident Evil 4 to Dead Space to The Last of Us Part 1 and more. Another game that's caught the eye of many and only has looked better and better with each new showing is Striking Distance Studios' The Callisto Protocol. Glenn Schofield, the director of the game and studio head at Striking Distance, recently revealed new details about the game in an interview with IGN. One of the things he touched on is the game's design and structure, explaining that even though the Callisto Protocol is going to be a linear game, it will still offer plenty of optional content and room for exploration. Quote, "It's kind of linear, but then we went back and we added beta paths for exploration, and we added a lot. You don't have to do them if you don't want, but there's a lot of hidden stuff in the game. You'll learn more about the story. I do want you going, oh shoot, I was here, I gotta find my way back and get back," end quote. So I just wanted to talk about this because this is a game I'm very much excited about. I know many of you are looking forward to it as well, and I have to say, I'm really liking what I'm hearing about this game. Obviously, I'm liking what I'm seeing of it, but hearing that it's going to be a linear game, we don't get enough of those these days, so that's music to my ears. But I do like the idea that there will be other paths that you can explore as well, so I think that will add some replayability. But there you go, that's all of the news I have for you today, guys. Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Again, leave the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.